This is the perfect draft from the 10th pick in fantasy football. We are building around Justin Jefferson today, due for a bounce-back year. He finished as what last year?
It was in the 20s. It wasn't pretty.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't pretty. Whoa, this new sleeper thing is tripping me out. He finished as a wide receiver 21 in full PPR last year. Had some of the worst quarterback play in all football last year. Gets an upgrade with newly named starter Kyler Murray. We expect him to get back to form to some capacity, be a top 10 at minimum wide receiver in the sport this year. So, yeah. Let's build around Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, I think a point that needs to be made about Jettas real quick is just the fact that you just said it, the worst quarterback play in the NFL by far. And on top of that, we've seen Kyler Murray in the past loves to hyperfixate on one guy and one guy only. And that's why I do believe in Jettas as much as I do, almost to a delusional extent this year. I do have him as my wide receiver 4 overall, and I'm high as opposed to everybody else. But yeah, I feel good about Jets.
I mean, he's the most talented guy in the league. Like,
yes.
There's no reason he can't, honestly, there's no reason he can't finish as a wide receiver 1 overall. So coming back to us in the second round, it goes Genty and James Cook to round out the first, and then Saquon and Drake London to start the second. I think we have a pretty easy decision here. It's
Completely
a guy
agree.
who we're going to talk about in 2 days, who we have as our 111. Stay tuned for that. It's Omari and Hampton. I have him as my running back 3 overall. You have him as your running back 6. I think this is a guy who, like we've said all summer, could lead the entire league in touchdowns from the position.
Yes.
And I think Jettas and Hampton is a great way to start a team.
I completely agree. I feel like Jettas and Hampton is an awesome way. It's a different way. It's a different way. And I like this because it's a little bit of risk tied to this start, to the draft. And I like this because it's different from everything that we've done so far. So
Right. So then rounding out the second round, it goes King Henry, Achane, AJ, Chase Brown, Ken Walker, Brock Bowers, Nico Pickens, and McBride. And then to start the third, it goes J Love, Neighbors, Josh, T. Higgins, Josh Jacobs, Rashee Rice, Olave, Javonte, and Breece Hall.
Hear me out for just a moment. My guy is still on the board, one of my guys, a guy that I feel like is one of the safer picks in fantasy football as opposed to what we have. And on top of that, we still have a few receivers here that we really like. I think we could wait for that turn to come back and get one of those receivers. You're not going to get a running back as productive as Kyren Williams. So
No, I'm with you there. I mean, I know people think I'm a Kyren Williams hater. I'm a Kyren Williams, the player hater. I'm not a Kyren Williams fantasy hater. I think he's awesome in fantasy. And this is what all the fantasy football analysts are going to preach to you. It's something that we're going to preach a little bit too. Like, you got to draft in tiers, right? We're here near the turn, so we have another pick in 5 picks from here.
Yes.
There's a bunch of receivers that we probably group in the same tier. Obviously, we have preferences. But with Kyren Williams at the running back position, I think there's a clear drop-off in tier of running back. So let's secure that running back and then kind of play the board and see what receiver falls to us.
I love a Hampton-Kyren duo.
Also, that was the point I was going to make, too. I think that's great because there is, obvious risk with Omari and Hampton, who hasn't proven much at the NFL level. Pair him up with Kyren Williams, who's been, a top 15 back 3 years in a row. So it goes Colston, Loveland, Smitty, Lamar, and Abuka to come back to us.
This might be my favorite start to a draft that we've had.
I was going to say, that's awesome that 2 onesie positions go there near the turn because it makes gives us more options at the receiver position. You got T-Mac there, but it's probably... Do we want to do We've had a bunch of drafts with Ladd and Hampton. I want to do T-Mac just to be different, honestly. How much higher are you on Ladd than T-Mac?
4 spots.
So
I have Ladd as my wide receiver 14, and I have T-Mac as my wide receiver 18.
Okay, so it's significant. I think I'm 2 spots off on them. T-Mac is my wide receiver 18, but Ladd's my wide receiver 16.
Okay.
So
I have a tier gap between the two, which is why I feel strongly about Ladd.
Let's run it. And we've said it. I've said it. I don't mind drafting 2 guys on the same team at running back and receiver if they're in an elite offense. I actually saw someone put out a tweet. Don't know who, so sorry for not giving you credit. But it was basically like the historical correlation between fantasy points when you have a running back and receiver on separate teams and a running back and receiver on the same team. And there's basically no difference. Yeah, it really doesn't matter. But
you just pray that they don't have a bad week at the same time.
Right. And again, my point is the only time I do it is if it's on an offense that I project to be great, which this is one I project to be a top 5 offense in the league. So after Ladd, it goes T-Mac, Bucky, Travis, Tyler Warren, Garrett, Zay, Kemp Scat, Devontae Adams, Jalen Waddle at the 412. Holy fucking shit. Monty at the 5-1, Drake May, Quinshon Judkins, Luther, Joe Burrow, J-Mo, Terry, DeAndre Swift, and Mike Evans to start the 5th round.
There's no business for Jalen Waddle to be that low.
That is insane.
It's pretty crazy.
I feel like a lot of guys looking at us on the board right now should have been drafted as well.
I agree. There's 2 guys specifically that I'm really leaning here more than anything else.
Both of the 2 guys at the top.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't been drafted. It's Travion Henderson and DJ Moore. I mean, at this point in the draft, the world's our oyster, right? We got 2 running backs that we feel great about. We got 2 receivers that we feel great about. So I would probably lean Travion with this build.
That's fine.
I think I would shoot for the ups. I feel very confident in our top 4 that I would shoot for more upside with Travion personally.
I'm totally okay with that. I would take Travion just to have that 3rd running back as well. It feels good to not have to worry about the running back position.
Right.
Getting 3 good ones on your team is a necessity.
Right, because again, the tier-based drafting, like, there's a slight tier gap probably between DJ Moore and then the receivers coming up because it's all the young guys. But I think there's a big drop off in the running back.
For sure.
So we'll go with Travion. We'll see who makes it back to us. Maybe DJ Moore does make it back to us, and he does. It goes Jadarian Price, Tootin, Carnell Tate, and Jalen Hurts. Decisions made for us. Let's go DJ Moore, right?
Did not expect that. Yeah. No, absolutely. We were between the 2 of them. Didn't think we'd get both of them. So that's pretty incredible. Love that. If it wasn't DJ, I was probably leaning a little bit towards Rome. Is likely where I
would have considered doing Kraft there too. A guy who we spoke about. I'm super high on. You're pretty high on as well.
Definitely.
So Ghost, Christian Watson, Tucker Kraft, Sam Laporta, Jalen Warren, Roma Dunze, Jaden Daniels, R.J. Harvey, DK Metcalf, and Marv to end the 6th. Start of the 7th, Parker Washington, Fannin, Pitts, 2 tight ends. BTJ, Chuba, Michael Wilson, Dak, Jordan Tyson at the 7-8. Jeez.
That's going to change very soon.
Yep. And then Ramondre at the 7-9. Up to us here.
Okay, so there's a guy that we're going to have to get on the swing back, but we don't take him here because the 2 people after us have drafted quarterback. By the way, to all of you guys, pay attention to who is drafting after you and what they have. This is very important because you can always get a player that you want before that. So with that being said, I don't hate the fact if we went with a known commodity like a Cortland Sutton with this specific team build.
I like it.
Just throwing it out there. It doesn't have to be the case. It's just like there's not many guys on the board here that I...
Yeah, I think in terms of the position players, it gets pretty bleak. Like the guys that I like, honestly, are further down the board, and we wouldn't have to take them here. I think in terms of the guys at the top of the board, you got Sutton, Pollard, Dowdle, Dobbins, Godwin. Like out of that bunch, I'd clearly take Cortland Sutton. So I'm down for that.
I also think he works with the team that we've built here.
Right. He's a guy he's the first guy off our bench. If we have to start him, I feel so fine if Cortland Sutton has to start.
Completely agree.
So we'll go Sutton. Hopefully Sweeper doesn't do some stupid shit here.
And we're good.
And they don't. It goes Lemon, Kittle, Pollard, Godwin. My pick is Justin Herbert.
My pick as well. You stack them.
Yeah, I love doing the triple stack. We got the quarterback, we got the running back, we got the receiver. If they have a bad week, they have a bad week.
We're losing. It's okay.
It's going to be many more good weeks than bad weeks with the Chargers. So he's my quarterback too. Like that's one take that I feel firm on. Oh, the new sleeper thing. Oh, it says. Does it have it for you too?
What?
No.
I just saw mad quarterbacks go off the board as well.
A little ninja and steal for Caleb Williams.
Oh,
Sleeper thinks that's a steal at that price at the 8.5.
Interesting.
Yeah, this shout out Sleeper for a little update to the draft board. I feel like they haven't updated the draft board in quite some time. I saw on Twitter that they're like doing like big things to the website. Like I think this that I have open, this update is like a beta for it, but I think they're doing a bunch.
Sleeper got to stop getting these guys to draft 2 quarterbacks too.
Yes.
These bots got to stop doing this.
Yes, I agree with that.
Yeah.
So yeah, after we go Herbert, it goes Dart, Caleb, Dowdle, T-Law, Kincaid, Dobbins, Pittman, Manungai, and Jordan Addison. 10-8. Start of the 9th, it goes Pierce, Corum, Downs, Kelsey, Fergie, Jacoby Myers, Matthew Stafford, Patrick Mahomes, and Wan'Dale Robinson.
I know who I want here, and it's different from what we've done to this point. I would love a Stefon Diggs pick here as well.
Completely with you.
I think
you took the words right out of my mouth.
I think that Stefon Diggs in this spot is just too good of a value, and I think he'll continue to rise. I genuinely think he's going to lead the Commanders in targets. And Terry McLaurin exists. I think he's going to lead the Commanders in targets. I personally do.
I don't hate the take. I don't agree, but I don't hate it. I definitely don't hate it. I think he's going to be awesome there. So definitely down for Diggs. Goes Bo. That sucks. Oh, wait, we have quarterback. That doesn't suck. That sucks. That's what I was looking at.
That was my plan.
Yeah.
Like, okay, this is why it aggravates me a little bit because, like, the onesie positions, like tight end and quarterback, obviously if we're doing a typical draft, if you're in a draft with people that know what they're doing, they're not going to draft two this early of either of those positions. It's just not going to happen. My plan was looking at the teams behind us. They both had tight ends. We were going to be able to get the tight end on the swing back and have Isaiah Likely. That was exactly what I would have liked to do. Now we can't do that, so we must pivot to something else.
Yeah, and at that point, like, he was the last of a tier of tight ends. Like, now we just punt it. That really sucks that they did that to us. The pick here for me in the 10th round is Jonathan Brooks pretty easily. Chuba Hubbard's been dealing with a little bit of an injury. They've done is rave about how good Jonathan Brooks has been at camp. So
completely with you.
Down for that.
It also gives us a wild card in the running back room, just added to the team. So
yeah, that really sucks that they took Likely there.
So I'll also say I feel I'm starting to grow with KC more and more in redraft by the day. KC Conception. I really am.
I'm not opposed to it.
It's just that team is such a dumpster fire that it's like, who the hell is going to play quarterback? But, all right, so now we're left here.
Coming back
Take
to
your
us. Guy. Yeah. Do we care that it's two Panthers?
Absolutely not.
All right.
Take your guy.
Yeah, we're going to go with Jalen Coker. Similar to, a couple team builds we did last week, but he's a guy who's going to be the wide receiver too in his offense. Was awesome down the stretch last year. Capped it off with a great playoff game. I expect Jalen Coker to be awesome and outperform ADP.
Let's just keep switching. Let's switch it up a little bit. He's been dogging in the preseason, and he's a rookie. But
I'm so down for it.
Let's do it. Let's go Stribling.
Just had 4 for 46 in the first quarter last night.
So good.
Yeah.
It's so good. And it's so funny because Jason and I were having this conversation yesterday that this is just not the player that was supposed to come out of college.
Right.
Like, at all. It's so wild.
Right. They've been raving about him at camp, and then in the limited work we've seen of him in the preseason, he does just look like a completely different guy than what we were kind of told was going to be coming out. So here with the last pick in the draft, we have to go tight end. It's a no-brainer here. It's a guy that you spoke about. Or are going. You're going to be speaking about tomorrow. It's Juwan Johnson.
Yes.
100 targets last year. Was awesome last year. Ended the season from week 10 on. Didn't go under 10 PPR points in a game. And Jordan Tyson is going to miss basically like the first 2 months of the season. Should be the number 2.
The thing is, I don't even feel awful about that. Like, I feel like Juwan is a damn good tight end to have.
He shouldn't be getting drafted there.
No.
He should be getting
It'll correct itself. It will.
I don't even know if there's enough time for it to correct itself like the way it should. He should be getting drafted like around Isaiah Likely.
That's exactly where I have him right behind Isaiah Likely in my rankings. Yes. So, I think this is a great team.
This is one of my favorites we've done. So we got Herbert at quarterback, Hampton and Kyron as our 2 running backs. Built around Jettas at the 110, paired him with Ladd. Travion and DJ Moore are 2 flexes starting. Juwan Johnson, last pick, Mr. Irrelevant, the tight end. And then our bench, we got Sutton, we got Diggs, we got Johnny Brooks, we got Jalen Coker, and we got Stribling. This is my favorite team we've built.
By far.
This team's loaded.
This team is stacked top to bottom. I love it. It's crazy because, like, typically we like to not take the vets, but these are 2 vets with some upside in Sutton and Diggs off our bench. So that makes me feel really good about our wide receiver depth in the season. So
no, we have a great mix of like safe floors and upside here. Like, Justin Jefferson, I know was bad last year. I do think he has a pretty safe floor with obviously the upside of the wide receiver 1 overall. Kyron, safe floor. We talked about him before. pairing those two guys with the two Chargers guys, who the upside is just unlimited.
Yep.
A guy like Justin Herbert, who has unlimited upside at the quarterback position. And then to throw on our bench Sutton and Diggs, who we feel super safe about and have no problem starting in a spot
And
start.
can see DJ Moore having a crazy season this year as well. So
yeah, no, this is a good team. This is my favorite one we've done so far.
this is a damn solid squad.
If you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Follow us on all our socials. Tight ends we love coming out tomorrow. And then to finish off the week, we got our perfect draft from the 111, the 112, and tight ends that we are avoiding. So stay on the lookout for those. And with that,
Ball game.